Welcome everybody to this. It feels really, really big where we are in this energy. And when I think of the bigness of it, I go back to what Joanne was saying in that it's could be really calm, really subtle. So whatever, and each of us is going to get a unique experience from this. And it's not to be compared to anything, except we are getting our own information. So as we get settled in, and we're going to leave our 3D worlds behind, and we're going to go to Egypt. We're going to go to the Sphinx specifically, that area. However, you may choose to walk around and go over to the pyramids. I've never really been to Egypt, so I don't know the layout. As I started out saying, I wasn't really comfortable with Egypt. I mean, you put me in the jungles of South America, in the Southwest deserts, up in Siberia, I'm there. Egypt it kind of threw me a little bit. So just explore the area that you are being led to explore by your Egyptian guides, which we're going to talk about when we get in there. So I'm going to talk a little bit just to let go of all the stuff that we're needing to think on, like, oh, did I turn off the light? Did I, feed the dog, all that stuff. And dogs and cats are definitely welcome here. So the energies now, it's just, for me, it's just a wow. Number one, we have the Chinese New Year. We are going from a 9-year to a 1-year. So from the wood snake to the fire horse. And if you just think of those names, you could journey on those names by itself. The wood snake to the fire horse. Wow. Wow. We have a new moon today with a solar eclipse, although we can't see it. Maybe Libby, did you get a little chance to see that solar eclipse? No.
No, but the stars last night were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, went out,
Yeah.
stood on the grass, watched, looked at the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
very good.
amazing. Yeah. So just that is pretty cool with that energy. And then on Friday, we have the Saturn Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aries. I am not an astrologer, so I have to look at Google to figure out what this is. It's huge. It's allowing us to redefine boundaries spiritually and our personal authority. And one of the things too that I thought about, Neptune is a water planet, and I'm a water guy. And so I go, well, what kind of water's on Neptune? And the information that I got was, well, it's not like water on Earth, which switched my brain to this is going to be such a transformational time that water is going to be different. And I know there's a lot this year with water anyway. So then we have, as if that's not enough, the 0 degree limit of Aries is at the very beginning of the zodiac, and it signals a powerful Genesis moment. So this Genesis moment that we are in right now, that's going to be activated on February 20th. And then if you look on YouTube, because I'm still not done with all this woo-woo energy, there's a whole cascade of astrological cycles, from 24,000 year cycles, the 12,000 year cycles. We're just like moving through this galactic sheet in time. Ancient prophecies are popping up and they're saying, this is the time. And I know we've heard this before with ancient prophecies. Oh, this is the ancient prophecy time. Well, maybe. But there's been so many synchronicities happening with me in this time and in Egypt that I have to pay attention to it. Let's go to Egypt a little bit. There is a star called Regulus. Regulus is the king's star. There are four royal stars in Egypt astrology: Aldebaran, Regulus, Antares, and Fomalhaut. And they form the four directions. And coming from a more Americas shamanic background, my four directions every morning is way different than what they are doing, although it is still kind of the same. So Regulus is the brightest blue-white star in the Lion constellation, in the Leo constellation. And this is traditionally known as the royal star or the heart of the lion. The Hopi prophecy refers to a blue star Kachina that will appear to signify the end of the current world and bringing in a new balance of humanity. So this Regulus star is predicted to align with the Sphinx in 2026. And this, again, is associated with prophecies of a major shift in human knowledge. And when I tried to see when this star would line up, the dates, I didn't get an exact date except early spring, the spring equinox, which marks a balanced, transformative, spiritual time of renewal, growth, and the triumph of light over darkness. Now, the spring equinox, that's true everywhere, right? Where you're getting more daylight in. So yes, of course, you would get more light and more balance. Regulus is also called the King Star. It's part of the four royal stars that I talked about. And to the Egyptians, these stars were deities and they had strong religious significance. The stars, there's stars that stayed not visible. Those were the underworld stars. The stars that became visible and then were hidden, those stars that rose and set during the course of the year were the deities that moved between the world of humans and the worlds of immortals. And these were the deities who communed with humans and were approachable and open with prayer. This is where I got scared, because when I jumped into Egypt, I jumped in without the reverence that was needed to jump into this amazing, powerful energy. So just as if we're meeting somebody for the first time, you just don't get into their face and ask them for things. Give me some knowledge. Give me some that. You got to chill with them a little bit. So this journey may be repeated a couple of times so that, there's so much to explore there. It's, I mean, it's phenomenal. Now I really want to go. So the way that this journey is gonna go, we're gonna take a couple of breaths, settle down. We're gonna open up the 4 directions, and we're gonna bring in the 4 royal guardians, the stars of Persia, which is Aldebaran, Regulus, Antares, and Fomalhaut. I'm not pronouncing that correct. Hopefully he'll forgive me. And these are also called the archangel stars. And I just love the fact that in every religious, spiritual aspect that I've found, there are angels. There's some form of angelic being. So this is the 4 archangels. We are going to bring in our guides and angels, bring in our departed loved ones, whoever wants to come in and travel with us. We're going to honor the lineage of those who came before us, our Egyptian lives, and who we are now. And then there are some Egyptian guides that I want to mention. And I apologize for not getting their names correctly. But we are going to ask these guides to help us on our journey. When we go visit a place that we've never been to, even if we've been there for a couple of years, it's always good to get somebody who's really knowledgeable in that area. So here's some that you can pick. Anubis, he's a gentle protector who guides souls across the threshold. Thoth, known as the god of wisdom, writing, and magic, he is considered, if not the greatest, the spiritual teacher and master magician. Isis, a goddess often associated with nurturing, magic, and a guiding presence for those on spiritual journeys. She might be a really good one to bring in. Shishat. She manages the House of Life as a patroness of the archives. She supervised the storage of the sacred text, the astronomical records, and the royal annals. Kind of like, I think she and Thoth are keepers of the Akashic records. So we can go ask them if that's where you want to go to look into the Akashic records. And then there is Mahat, that represents the spirit of truth, balance, justice, and guiding righteous living. Okay. So where we're going to go, the intention in the shamanic journey is key. The other key is our imaginations. So we want to play with our imaginations. We want to jump in, and if we get a sense, and we want to jump in with all our senses. So if we hear something, if we see something, smell, taste, just know of a presence. Just go with that. We have certain clairs that will be stronger than others. Use them, but don't be surprised if something comes up in your awareness. Stop, look at it, ask questions, be curious, have this childlike curiosity with it. And even though we're jumping in there with a huge amount of reverence, we need to have fun while we're there. It's not all serious. We can play. Some of our guides, in case you haven't known, have a wicked sense of humor. Sometimes we don't even understand. They're just making fun, and we're going, that was serious. Anyway. Okay, so the way that I do my journeys is we start off in our room. We'll exit the room and go into a cloakroom. We're going to grab an Egyptian robe. We are also going to grab a bunch of gifts that we are going to put in our pockets so that we can share gifts if we need to. We're going to activate our luminous field, set our protections, bring in our ancestral lineage, and then our intention is to go to the Sphinx where we will meet a gatekeeper, maybe the librarian, maybe the harmony of the universe, maybe Isis, and we're going to walk around the outside, explore it, look up for different portal energies, get some activations from just some of the energy that is around there. The other thing, you may be, there's an entryway underneath the Sphinx, and I'll guide you in there. And if the guide, the gatekeeper, says you're not ready to go under there, that's okay. There is so much activation on the top. Maybe it's just going to be too crowded under the Sphinx. I don't know. That was the message I got, that not everybody's going to get in, but there's going to be a lot that's going on up on the top. Explore with your guides and allow them to take you to many, many different portals and activation. There's something that's going on with the balancing of energy in this time, and see if sense that or see some of that, how that's going to play out. Okay, can you guys still hear me here? Is that good? I just switched. All right, since Danielle got me into this, Danielle, did you want to say any more before we start on this?
No, I think we're good. I think there's tons of portals there, and that everyone's gonna, maybe find their own thing that they're gonna do. But
Yeah.
it, there's a lot there. There's a lot.
There is a lot there. And if you think you see something, you probably do, and just stop, look at it, see what goes on. Some people are going to be just jumping into this right away. You get to go at your own pace. Okay. I gave you kind of how it's going to start off. And it's like a big tour guide. Some people, big tour, some people go, oh man, you're just being way too slow. Other people are going, you're going too fast. I'm going to take off. I'm going to bring my camera. I'm going to take pictures on my own. I always did that when I got into a big tour group. I go, I'll see you in a couple hours, and then I would meet them back later. But the other thing, there's going to be a drum beat, and it's going to be a rhythmic drum beat. When you hear the return beat, and I'm just going to do this now to make sure the sound is okay for you guys. And the return beat's going to sound like this. And then you just come back the same way you went into Egypt. Come back, take off your robes, and come back into your 3D room. Okay? Are there any questions that we got going on before? And the sound sounds good with the drumming? It's not? Okay, good. Okay, let me just double check. I am recording. All right. So, I'm going to call in the 4 directions. I'm going to call in our guides and angels. If you have any specific guides or angels, departed loved ones, you want to come travel with you, bring them along. And then we're going to drop right into it. I will guide you for part of the way, and then when we get into Egypt, you'll be a lot on your own. Okay. So, I would like to take a couple of deep breaths. And I would like to call in our helping spirits, our master teachers. I would like to call in the directions, White Buffalo of the North, Calf Woman, Eagle of the East, the rising sun, the strength of Jaguar in the South, the renewal of Snake in the South, and the healing energies of Bear in the West. And I would like to call on the 4 royal stars, Aldebaran, the eye of the bull of the East, Regulus, the heart of the lion, the summer solstice in the north, and Taurus, the heart of the scorpion, associated with the west, and Formalhaut, mouth of fish, associated with the winter in the south. And as I listen to my words here, they don't correlate to what I was used to, and that's fine. A wise man said, in order to journey, you need to become a hollow bone. You need to let go of your egos, what you think you know, what you know you know. Become a vessel so that you can be filled up with fresh knowledge, new knowledge. So we ask our guides and angels to step close. And we invite our primary Egyptian spirit guides to step close. Anubis, Thoth, Shishat, Isis, Maat. And as we take a deep breath, slow exhale, and we feel ourselves rising out of the chairs that we are in. We can see ourselves looking down, and we see a door. We exit the door and we find ourselves in a cloakroom. There's a series of robes, and we find the Egyptian robe for this journey. And we unzip our 3D bodies, put them on a hanger. Above the hanger it says, to be cleaned. And we walk over to the robe in our luminous body. No ego, no judgment. And we slip on this Egyptian robe. Pay attention to how it is, how it feels, what it's made of. Is it a fabric? Is it a skin? Is it a constellation? And above the robe, there are gifts, special gifts, something from this time period that you can give to these guides. And maybe it's something from a galactic gift from your travels in space or in the waters. And as we pack our robes with gifts, not knowing what we'll need, we see a door that opens to a beautiful place in nature. And we walk out into this nature. Listen to our feet on the path. Pay attention to the hidden folk. Things are shifting, changing. And we come to a river, and on this river is a bridge that we can cross over. And as we cross over this bridge, we see a guide, and he welcomes us onto a boat. This is the Nile River. And he checks us, cleanses us, and safely puts us on the boat. Pay attention to who else is on the boat. Any other guides? Who is the one steering the boat down the River Nile? And off we go, away from the shore. And we see a waterfall coming down on the river, and we go into the waterfall, cleansing. What's the water made of? It's not earth water. And as we exit that waterfall, we find the boat being tied up to another dock at the edge of the Sphinx. And as we get off the boat, we are helped by one of the guides. And they take us to a place where we can set our intentions again, where we can set our luminous energy field protections. And we meet our guide, our personal guide to take us around Egypt. You can ask this guide their names. You may give them a gift now or later. And the guide takes you to the Sphinx and asks you to walk around, paying attention to all aspects of the Sphinx. He asks you to look for the portal energy. he stays quiet for a while you explore the outside. Pay attention to how the Sphinx reacts to you. And you come upon one of the paws of the Sphinx. And in that paw, before the paw, is another guardian. There are many guardians in Egypt, only allowing the right people in, the ones who are ready, the ones who can hear or see, not in judgment. And you come up to this guardian and he checks you again. He checks your luminous field. Adds a layer of reverence, protection. And if the paw rises up a little, you are allowed to enter. And when you go under the Sphinx, explore that area. Are there pools of water? Is there another portal energy, maybe to the center of the earth? And if the paw doesn't lift, you are invited to go explore to the top of the pyramids. Most people never get to go there. The drum will take us to where we need to go. And your guide comes up to you, gently gets your attention, and invites you to a meeting with Thoth and Isis. They take you to a secret chamber. Pay attention to what this chamber feels like. What's it made out of? What's it smell like? What's it feel like? And they invite you to sit down. They ask you if you want something to drink. They offer you a goblet. They share with you a magic activation. A Genesis activation. And in this room, your vision expands. And in the corners of the room, you can see Aldebaran, Regulus, Antares, Promadahat, all in support. And Isis stands up and gives you a gift. It's something for the new year. And you can offer her a gift if you choose. And now your guide tells you it's time to return. So wherever you are in this journey, you retrace your steps out of the Sphinx or down the pyramid. You thank your guides. You thank the gatekeepers, the guardians. They invite you back at any time. And you follow the group back to the boat. Get on the boat, you get back on the river, up the river, through the waterfall, to the other edge. And you get off the boat. The another guardian, another helper on the way, over the bridge and up the path. And you go through the cloakroom, take off your robe, pay attention to how it feels right now. And you go over to your ego that's been cleaned. See how bright and shiny it is. And you pass through the door into your 3D rooms. And gently come back. Open your eyes when you're ready. Wiggle your toes. And if you need to jot anything down so you don't forget it, please do. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Ooh, Egypt. I hope you all had fun. Anybody want to share anything? I'll start off right off the bat because I thought I was going underneath the Sphinx and I got a no. I went, come on, I want to go under the Sphinx. I started whining a little bit. That didn't help. I didn't. But I got to go up to the top of the pyramids, which was, what a view up there. And I got to see how the other pyramids activated each other, and the stars activated the pyramids, and the plants and the trees activated the pyramids. So it was all this one big Merkaba portal energy flow that was spinning all around. Well, not spinning, but it was like ley lines, electric grids. It was really, 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 really cool. So just share that with y'all. Okay. Anybody else want to say anything?
I do.
Yay. Hi, Ariana.
When you said the Sphinx paw would lift up to let you in, I didn't get a lift up. I got like the paw cupped. Like, you can stay here, you can sit. And I did go into a room, but it wasn't under the Sphinx. It was like along the side. And when I met with what I will call Isis, I was given a gift, but it reminded me of, remember back in the day when we had glass thermometers, and if they broke, they'd let us play with the quicksilver with the mercury. It was like solid and liquid at the same time, but clearly not harmful like mercury. But it was just very neat. You just handed it to me and it just like formed in my hand. And I got very emotional at 3 points where my eyes literally teared up. And I felt very connected to my cat, who is in the next room, who is, I'm not saying this to bring anyone down. It's just, it's life. He's really not doing well, and he's going to be leaving us tomorrow because I said if he got to the point of suffering, then we would intervene. And we're unfortunately at that point. But I felt very connected to him, like spiritually, like, I don't know. It was just very weird. I felt like he was just with me and he was experiencing, getting this gift with me and sitting in the Sphinx's paw and whatnot. So it was very cool.
Wow.
And emotional, but very neat.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Lorelei.
Yeah, that was very profound. So thank you again. I'll just summarize it real quick. But for me, the water was green. Like everything seemed to be green except for the robe I wore. But the paw did live. It was interesting because they're like, "We've been waiting for you. Welcome home." It was weird. And so then I went down into this chamber. I could see a green light at one end, but then there was like I went to the side. I could hear water. I didn't see water at first. I could just hear it, and I knew it was like some sort of fountain. But then I was in this big room. It's almost like a tilted altar. There was this whole big thing built into it, and there was like this tilted altar that they laid me on, and then the water came through, and it was almost like it took my soul, not like my light body. I can't explain it. And I followed it, and I was like pulled underwater, and I was part of the one with the water, and it took me down this like zigzaggy path. And then all of a sudden there was this big light from below, and and then this water started bubbling, and this huge crystal throne came up and
Hmm.
picked me up and put, I was up on the throne, and then it was like doing all this stuff to my being. Um, it felt more like activating, and it was like becoming one with the water. So I am a
Cool.
water sign, so I'm not sure about that. But then when you took us into the other side room with Isis and Thoth and all that, I was given this. Mm, reminded me of how a Merkaba is, but not quite. It was like this had all these points. It was like a pointed star that glowed. It was small, but like you'd hold it in your hand, like you were creating it, and it was like this glowing amethyst light. Like not amethyst. Excuse me. What's that word I always use? But the really bright purple. I can't. All of a sudden, for some reason, I can't remember it. And I was holding that, and so it was really interesting. For me, it felt very healing and very activating, and because like they said something to do with the reason I was on this crystal throne was I was activating something within the pyramid. So it was
Cool.
interesting. I don't understand it all yet, but thank you for the journey.
Yeah, yeah. Would we want a paper on what that throne was about in the next couple of days? Yeah, there is a test after this, by the way.
Oh goodness.
Cool, cool, cool.
Well, I've had other experiences with Goddess Horus and being her and her coming through a Merkaba, so I don't know if it's all to do with that or something else. So
Hmm.
we'll see. I will find out.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff doesn't it doesn't make sense to us till later, till maybe a lot later. So, um, yeah, Dawn.
Hi.
Hi, Dawn.
So I went through the side of the Sphinx, and it was like a small chamber in there. But at the far wall of this chamber, there was like a black hole or a portal or something. Um, and it pulled me through. And through the other side, I saw the whole thing was dark, but I could see everything. That was the weird part. Once I got through the portal, I saw like three or four beings, um, and they were all glowing. I could feel their energy. That it was
Mhm.
really strong and powerful. And then, they basically said to me, um, you know, uh, something to the fact that, oh, you've come back to visit, or you've come back home, or something. That I felt like I knew them. And then we talked for a little while. Can't remember one damn thing that they told me at this point. Hopefully I will dream about it later. um but yeah, I still, like, I like Lorelei said, I feel like there was lots of stuff that was activated and still is. Like, I can feel the energy coursing through my
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
So yeah, there was a lot of activation.
Cool,
So
cool.
mm,
One of the things that I got before I started the journey. I did a little, just quiet, short little meditation, and I heard, "Oh, good, we've been waiting for you." And I thought, oh, so we've gotten that twice now, that message, welcome home, welcome back, or welcome here. So it's very welcoming. Yeah, Fallon, hello.
Hi. Wow. Oh my gosh, I've done shamanic journeys, but nothing like that. Yeah, I was all over the place. So, Anubis and Toth kept handing me off between one and the other, and like when I went in there, it was like my cloak was like silk on the inside and some kind of I don't know what organic. I don't know if it was fur or what, but on the outside, and then I went in and I was upside flying upside down with black wings, and so that was completely new for half the time until we made it to the boat. And then Anubis was at the front of the boat, and there was a phoenix at the end. And then some of you were in the boat with me. And then I was seeing other people in other boats. So I was just seeing like everything going on. And then, so I had to keep bringing my focus back to myself. And then yeah, so when we got to the Sphinx, they're like, we're going through here. So they take me through the side of the right paw, like if you're facing it, and then I go up through it, and then I don't even know how to describe it. I'm mostly blacked out. It's just like other dimensional stuff, and then I went through the base of it and up into this crystalline realm, and then it was like they just kept saying higher dimension, higher dimension, higher dimension every so often. So by the time I heard you say, okay, now if the paw goes up, I was already like up there and all around, and they took me so many places. I was like, it's like the opposite of free falling basically. And then yeah, so he took me down into what he called the Hall of Records underneath the pyramid, and he showed me the emerald tablets, but then he goes, but wait, most people don't know there's also a blue tablets. And he's like, "You're gonna write that." And I'm like, "Oh, wonderful," because apparently I don't have enough channel books to write. And so he just like pushed it through my third eye. And then yeah, then Isis did something like I gave her the gift and she decided to gift it back to me, which was kind of wild. And I don't know, there was some kind of major transformation there. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but yeah, there was just a lot of, okay, now we're going to this dimension, now we're going to that dimension, now we're going to that dimension. And then there was a point before you said go to a certain room where me and some of you were in the main pyramid, and something happened there and I completely blacked it out. Felt like some kind of a energy alignment surge between all of us, and then I went into the that kind of tunnel area, and you said, "What does it smell like?" And I'm not like a scent person; I'm more like visual, tactile, and I was like, "Really, rotten eggs?" I don't know if they're trying to be funny or what, but yeah, that was when Isis came and greeted me, and then the stars were coming, and Electra showed up. I don't know, it's just, but I think you get the gist of it. And then on the way back, that was like a real like snap back in instantly, and but I still feel like part of me is there because I was like in realms where the time is kind of like a little different. So. Um, I happened to buy a Sphinx crystal. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's not showing it. Oh, shoot.
Put it near your third eye. Oh. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Look at
It
that.
happened to come today. So,
Awesome.
anyways. Okay. Thank you. It
Yeah,
was
thank
really
you.
cool.
Thanks for sharing. That's great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Katie. Katie.
Hey,
Hey,
Danny.
hey, hey, hey.
Hey, wow. First off, the crystal you were just talking about. My main spirit guide came through to me years ago, and he's big and tall and black and powerful, has red glowing eyes, and he's very Egyptian.
Hmm.
Scared the crap out of me the first time he walked through Lionsgate and said, "Here I am to guide you." And
Yeah,
when he talks, you feel it. You don't just hear it.
yeah.
So I knew this guide was like massively powerful. I was just awakening to all of this as well. So that was also part of the fear. This was this little girl who was a born again Christian at one time going, they're talking about Thoth, and is this right?
Yeah,
You
right,
know, all
right.
those fears were coming up. And so I couldn't connect to him a lot, but he explained to me who he was. His name is Akromal. He is the high priest to Bastet, the cat. And he told me tonight, I saw him again. I said, "Take me and show me your world. I'm no longer afraid of you."
Hmm.
So he took me and we went into the Sphinx. And when you said the paw, I didn't see a paw lift up, but I have a cat. I always have a cat. I'm a cat person. And the paw started doing this. You know, cats will
Oh, yeah, yeah,
lean.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. And the next thing I know, this door in the chest opened up.
Ooh.
So down I went. Here we go. And inside there, before we went and we picked up our gifts, only gift I had was a big white pearl, which I find really interesting for Egypt. That is something from the sea, not the desert.
Well.
So that's a special gift.
Mm-hmm.
So when I gave it to Isis, she gave it right back to me. She says, "You are a part of here and a part of Lemuria. Keep it with you. We will keep you safe.
Wow.
Come back anytime." And then she told me my Egyptian name is Atima. So
Okay.
I was pretty powerful. Thank you, Danny.
Cool. Yay, yay, yay. Good job. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. I love that you went in um to, because I worry on these journeys that, if I say you can go underneath the paw, well, you can, but you can also go right through the chest portal too, that there's doors
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. So, yeah, it's just exploring. And if something opens up, just go in and see.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, Luisa.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Well, first of all, and this happens a lot in journeys that I'm in. About 50% of the time, what I was seeing, everything looked like a painting, but a moving painting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I brought three gifts. I brought a big giant orange from our tree, a huge bouquet of California wild flowers, and this crystal, which I think is an amethyst, and I have no idea where it came from.
Oh,
It just was in my stuff, and I went, oh, okay. And I found it today, so I thought, well, I'll take it with me.
yeah.
And then I did the paw went up completely, and I walked straight in. I didn't have to hunch or anything. I just walked right in, and I went through a portal, and I was in space for a while, and then I got the call to go into the room where Isis and Thoth were. And when I went in, I gave her, Isis, the giant bouquet of flowers, and the fragrance of the flowers kind of went all around her. And kind of that was part of the gift, was the fragrance of the
Mm,
flowers as well as the flowers. And
mm,
she gave me a small star-shaped box that had ridges on it. It was a gold color, and I lifted up the top, and inside was a sphere that looked like rainbow obsidian. But when I brought it up, it kind of floated up a little bit, but I could touch it, but it wasn't really tangible. And it was a gift that I asked for, and I was given, and then some. And I asked for energy and clarity for the year. And so I closed it back up, and then a flame like went up off the top of my head. Not a painful one, obviously, but just a flame. And then it was there for a while, and then it was time to come back. So I don't know what the flame means, but it was nice. I felt good. I had kind of a before I went in, I floated up to the face of the Sphinx, and I sort of put my nose to where its nose would have been, and we sort of smiled at each other. It was like not flirting, but it was like a happy, fun kind of thing to do. And I floated around the Sphinx, and I sat on its back for a while and just kind of hung out and look around. And I wasn't really sure if I was supposed to be doing that, but I did it anyway, and it didn't seem to be a problem. So I had fun. It was like a fun journey. And I feel very pleased because I've never had a desire to go to Egypt. I have friends from Egypt, and they're like, you should come. And I just have never had an interest in it. But even though I think it's beautiful and interesting, I just never have. So I had fun when I journeyed there. So
Cool.
thank you.
Excellent. Yay.
I don't know what a flame over the head means. So if anybody knows what that is, give me a holla. I appreciate it.
Well, and a lot of times too, when we get messages in these journeys, I think it's important when you're in the journey, like if you're meeting a power animal or somebody, I mean, ask them questions. Obviously, you can't ask, well, why not? You could ask the flame, what are you doing up there? I mean, because you're in a journey. So I always go with that on my first instinct, and then seek out other people's advice or what that means, and make sure that it resonates with what you were getting and seeing at that time. So cool. Awesome.
I got that it was an activation of some sort, but I don't know what.
Yeah. Yeah. Feels like it. Cool. Thank you. Danielle, the instigator.
So yes, every time I've gone to Egypt, I feel like there's something, new portal to find or new adventure. I'm so glad to hear that everybody had different kind of experiences.
Mhm.
I was met by a being with a lion face, so that I have not met this one before, and I don't know if it's a Lyran or is it the being that the Sphinx was carved to look like before it got carved again to look like a pharaoh. You know what I mean? Or like the original. I don't know. I did end up in a room with Isis and Thoth, and it looked like a ceremony was happening with them too, which is really great because that they are divine masculine and feminine energies. So like that's the whole point. Kind of, I feel like what we needed to do today was to be witness to this balancing of energy. And I saw them holding hands, and there was somebody in front of them, like officiating before them and sort of putting a cloth over their hands and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly what I was watching, but it kind of looked like a wedding
Yeah.
to me. But anyway, so that was really cool. But yeah, this is, I mean, I think my 5th time going to the Sphinx and the pyramids, and every single time there's just so much to do and explore, and
Yeah.
beings to meet and different characters. So I'm so glad that everybody else is having a good time too.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for bringing it up and saying this is something that we should be doing, because I really feel like what you were saying with the blending of the feminine and the masculine together. It's so important these times. the first time that, well, the second time I went in there after I stopped being scared of going in there, um, I got this huge, in when I went under the Sphinx, I found a huge pool and there was this power structure in the pool. Like it was, sunken or I don't know, buried in the water. And the message that I got was this machine can be reactivated for power for the planet, but it's so masculine heavy that it won't work anymore. It was kind of a steampunkish look. And it said it needed the divine feminine to smooth out and to fix the machine so it could operate properly. And so I get that we need more of a blend. And I think that that's what this time that we're in is asking us to do. Figure how we can be part of that more. Okay. Anybody else want to share? And just another thing too. A lot of people are getting these really wild images and visions and things like that, and that may not be true for everybody. If you're just here, you're getting an activation, I feel. So it's just we are all experiencing things on a different level. So whatever, if we're feeling, wow, I didn't get that, I didn't fly upside down, just be okay with it and know that you can always come back and revisit and get a lot more stuff from this journey. Because the first time I went in, it was I got very little because they told me to go away. So come back when I grow up. All right. I saw somebody wave their hand. Barb, hey.
I went in between the toes. They kind of opened up that way.
That's not right.
And, I walked down a little bit and then I was actually in a labyrinth. I found myself just following this path, like just around and around. Well, it wasn't even round, it was more square. So, and as I was going around this labyrinth, I could see on the top of the walls of the labyrinth were different clay pots and vases that were all around. When I got to the center of the labyrinth, there was a light and there was no opening up there, but there was like this light that came down almost like an upside down pyramid that came to the center, I guess, of my crown chakra, I would say. And it was weird because it was not overpowering. I would say it was just this gentle kind of beaming light. And then when you talked about the other room, I did not see Thoth, however you say his name. And I assumed that it was Isis that was in there. And there was like a heavy wooden table. And I was on one side of it. She was on the other side of it. And the scent that I got was like frankincense, that myrrh and frankincense kind of smell. And I handed her an emerald, green emerald, and she handed me what looked like a moonstone, the round moonstone. And that was like, then I know we were just coming back.
She didn't offer you a birthday cake?
No.
No? Oh, wow. Did she forget your birthday?
I guess she did.
Oh my gosh. Well, you got to forgive her.
Well, the moonstone was good.
There you go. And happy birthday, Barb. Great. Yeah. Hey, Casey.
Hi, I had a really nice experience. Thank you very much, Danny. I, of course, did everything wrong or not the way I was supposed to, but I knew ahead of time that what I really, really wanted to do was to try to enter through one of the eyes, and I knew exactly which one I wanted to go through. I was met at the bottom of the Sphinx by somebody who used to be a pharaoh or some pharaoh kind of guy. And he helped me climb up the Sphinx up to where the eye was. But then there were guardians there, and I mean, there was a big negotiation. I was
Oh,
recleansed, and a big negotiation, and gifts given back. And so finally, I was let in, and oh my God, it was the most beautiful staircase with hieroglyphs etched everywhere, every space. It was absolutely gorgeous. Led to a room where there were all of these like centurions. They were just like these massive guards in armor, but they all knew me and they was like, welcome home. I had that whole welcome home thing. I guess I used to
mm,
be of some sort, I don't know. But then it looked like there was another place that you went down another level, and that is where all of the injured and like dead people were sent when they were building this thing or something. They were buried in there. But when you went down to that room, there was also a portal to the universe. And so I went out into the universe and I was given a beautiful gift, which I don't feel it would be proper to share, but
yeah,
it
no.
was absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks for sharing. I love the negotiation. I'm going to go through the eye, and I'm like, going through the eye. And then you get up there, because I'm called. And then there's this negotiation. Then there's another cleansing. And so there was a whole ritual there that, I interpret a certain way of, just having reverence and, I'm losing the words for it, but, cool. That's a good story. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Judy. Judy's got a hand up.
I do, and I'm only going to tell you just the funny part, because to get into I was standing outside in front of the Sphinx, and I wasn't sure about whether I was supposed to go in or should I go in or all that. And do you remember way back in, I don't know how many years ago, that game where you had each person had like these little hands and you'd lift it up and grab the marbles? Did anybody ever play that game? No, I played it with my son all
Hungry
the time.
Hippos. Hungry
Huh?
Hippos.
Three of them?
It was Hungry Hippos.
Oh,
It had
Hungry
little
Hippos.
arms.
That's right. That's what it was called.
Hungry.
Oh, well, anyway, but so I'm standing in front of the pond and it lifted up and went like that and pulled me right in.
That's funny.
But I won't go into all of that. But it was, I had to tell that part.
That's good.
So funny.
We get in there any way we can get in there. Get in here. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I guess that's the beautiful part is I really had no choice. I was being hesitant and they're like, no, F you, come on in.
Get in here.
I liked it.
Funny. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. Anybody else that wants to just share some stuff? Yeah, Jean.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'll just be brief. When I went, decided to go through, and I thought it was the heart chakra in the front, and you said the doors, but that's where I decided to go through. And when I entered, there was a beautiful lady there, and I said, "Are you?" She shot because I didn't know any of these,
Yeah.
and she said, "No, my name is Nara, and I'm here to show you around." And you mentioned, Barb, the labyrinths. Yeah, when I walked in, it was like a huge city underneath. I mean, massive. And I saw different levels, and they had the mazes and they had the labyrinths. and with some of them in the rooms were separated by trees or walls or some sort of dividers. And the smell was similar to Barb, the frankincense, the incense smell. But
Not the
basically,
rotten egg?
no rotten
Okay,
eggs.
good.
But it was just so fascinating because I could see like each area had something else going on, whether it was crystals or people, but it was very quiet and very soft, but huge. I mean, it was just massive. And then at the end of it, I just asked her, what did you want me to learn from this? And she said, she says, I wanted you to know where you're going in your next lifetime and that you'll be welcomed. And this is so you won't be surprised. And that's how we ended it. It wasn't a past life. It was she was saying the future. It's going to
In the
be
future life.
in some aspect. I'll be there.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very different. Very comforting, but surprise.
Hmm.
Did you pick out a room?
No.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay. I guess it would be my turn.
Oh, Michael, yay.
Okay, let's see. How can I explain this? Well, I walked up to the paw and I just, all of a sudden, I was just in the paw. And there was Isis, Horus, Thoth, Anubis, and they're all sitting around in a circle around this golden liquid, which was like a portal. And I said, well, I'm here. What's up? And he said, well, we've been waiting for you, Imhotep. They call me Imhotep. I was the engineer for Phaser, Pharaoh Hoser at the time, and they've been waiting for me. And I go, okay, what are you waiting for me for? Can I just go into this portal? And he said, no. They reached in, Isis reached in, and she pulled out like a golden key. And I said, a golden key? Wow, this is great. This is nice. I said, now you take it to the pyramid and we'll put it to the pyramid and you'll go to the very top of the pyramid and this golden beam of light will shoot off into the universe. And you are to get on that golden beam and follow it. And I said, okay, where is it going? You'll find out when you get there. And I go, great, okay. So when I went to the beam, all of a sudden I transformed into a conscious light being, which I call the star being. I was a star being. And I shot off into the beam and I saw the ring of fire was perfectly aligned. I said, wow, this is perfect timing. So I shot off and I ended up going to the great central sun. And I go, wow, okay. I'm used to going here. I like this place. I love this place. And and there was a Colosseum. I walked up into the Colosseum and you feel sort. I saw many avatars and masters and everybody were in there too waiting for me. And I go, wow, this is really nice. Great. Yeah. What am I here for? And they said, well, you're here to take this key back to Earth and to create the grid, the golden grid, for not just for the Earth, but for the multiverses and the universe all at once. This has been waiting for this to happen. And the ring of fire had to be in line so this could align with the grid line of the universes and the main universe. And so I said, great, I'm ready. And he said, it's been waiting because of the masculine and the feminine energy. The divine feminine and masculine energy needed to be corresponding with us so it would create the connection with the grid. And I said, great. And so then I took the grid and I went back to the Earth, and the grid, I saw that the universes and the main universe all came together and they got the grid going. They were all connected. And then I came back to the paw and they were congratulating me that I did such amazing work. And I just want to thank you, for allowing me to be the one to promote this.
Yeah.
And somehow I says, I've been waiting for this. I says, so this it finally came together. And I'm very pleased and happy. And
Yay.
so, yeah. And so then I came back into my vehicle, and that was it. But it was quite an amazing trip. I felt I was there the whole time.
Awesome. Wow.
It was amazing.
Don't lose that key.
No.
Don't lose it.
No, it's part of the earth now.
Yeah. Can I ask real quick, how many people are on drugs right now? Nobody in this group. Oh, come on, Danielle. I mean, this is so great. This is one of the really.
I'm drinking Blue Lotus tea.
Okay.
Nice.
It's not a drug. It's to help you dream better at night.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Anybody else want to share something?
How can we top Michael?
I know, that was pretty big. That was pretty big. I'm seeing Michael going, I know I put that key in my pocket somewhere. Where did it go?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, somebody, yay. Lorelei, did you have your hand up?
Sorry, no, I just thought it was interesting as I heard everybody else's, the synchronicities, like where she said she gave an emerald, and this is before you told me to give a gift, but like I gave an emerald to the farrier, what do you call him? The boatman. And so I thought that was interesting, and it's steampunk because the whole experience is, with the that you mentioned about steampunk, like that's what that whole chamber was like, and even how this whole mechanism brought the big throne up, and but also my gift that I picked for Isis, and I don't even know where that came from, was this whole steampunk bejeweled like music type box, like with a dancer type thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it was just kind of weird because I always think in these journeys it's really interesting. I mean, there was a bunch of overlaps, but I just thought that it was really interesting that things. And I had one gift left over, which was like this little deck kind of thing that could produce holograms that I didn't give to anybody. So I was like, okay. But so anyway, I just want to share that because I thought it was really interesting that, when we do these kind of things, how interwoven it is.
Yeah, it's, so we can be, individually, we can probably be called crazy for this type of stuff, but collectively, we're all getting so many of the similar answers and similar visions that it to me, it just rings as truth, and we're just exploring this amazing area, and the energy that we all bring in the big group it amplifies so much of what we create and what we see, and because we are creating this, in my mind, we are manifesting, coming together with the divine feminine. We're all part of that. So yay. All right, before we go, if anybody else wants to say something, I just want to close sacred space. Somebody want to? Okay. So we just want to thank all our guides, our angels. We want to thank our Egyptian guides that were here with us. I'm hearing them going, please come on back anytime. I will put this up on a YouTube that you can go back to and revisit it if you choose to, or do it on your own. But we just want to thank Sacred Space and all our guides and angels and close Sacred Space. Thank you guys for being here with us and leading us on this amazing journey. And this space is closed. Cool. All right. Yee-hee. Okay, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank
Danny.
you
All right.
very
Thank
much.
you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Danny.
Guys.
Good seeing you, David and Aisha. Good seeing you
Good
guys from
seeing
St.
you,
Louis. Woohoo!
Great journey.
Hey,
Enjoyed
thank
it.
you. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Hi, Alice.
All righty.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Jenny, how's your dog?
Oh, he's doing better. We had to take him back to the vet today. He got some weird, sorry, staph infection.
Yeah.
And he's a Boston Terrier, and a few weeks ago, his face was getting more and more pink, and I thought, oh, he's just playing, whatever. But no, it kept getting worse, and he was licking everything to death. So he lost all the hair and was swollen. He couldn't walk on his paw. And we've gone through 2 rounds of antibiotics, a whole bottle of whatever sulfur medicine, and I think he's going to have to go back again. I mean, we had him there today, but it's kind of like, I feel like we need to find a specialist of something, because I mean, we've gone like 4 times to the same vet.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's been on so many antibiotics, and now he just starts throwing up, you know.
Ugh.
I know. Ugh is right. I stepped in it today.
Makes it worse.
But poor little guy, and I'm thinking, crap, are we going sorry. I'm thinking, are we gonna have to like cut off your little arm, because it's just having such a tough time healing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you got it. The vet's like, well, what's in your backyard? I'm like, nothing has changed in the backyard for 5 years. So the only thing that's changed is maybe he loves the dog park, and he runs through water and chases balls, but I don't know. It's just the strangest thing, and they can't tell me where he got it or anything. So I don't.
I would look for someone else, or talk to some animal psychic and see.
That's exactly what I was thinking about today, because this is really, I mean, we're going into 2 months of this.
Yeah.
It's pretty, you know, it even discolored his toenails at the when it, you know, where it attaches. There's like a brown ring around his little white toenails. I know it's gross, but anyway, so.
All right. Yeah. Well, let me know if you need, I can probably find an animal psychic.
That would be very helpful, because I wouldn't know, you know.
Okay.
What about Mark?
Mark?
Yeah, Mark, what's his last
He's
name?
called the Spirit Whisperer, but he does animals. He's amazing.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing. He worked for the LA Zoo as a
yeah, he worked for the zoo
handler and all that, but he truly is amazing. So
Yeah,
I would really trust him for that.
Animals, yeah, Spirit Whisperer.
Spirit Whisperer on YouTube is how I know him. I don't know him personally, but I had him do a reading for my dog that crossed over.
Yeah.
And he also does a show, just an animal show every Monday. People, you know, I forget what time, 11 o'clock. And when they write in, and so many times they'll come back and say, you were right on. So, and you can contact him personally, just like you can Danny or anybody else. But he's really
I'm kind of glad this happened, because you guys are a plethora of information.
Yeah. Bless your heart. That's terrible.
It's a little stressful.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I mean, this is totally up to you. I'm kind of into natural stuff, and I don't think it's anything that would hurt your dog, but colloidal silver,
I think
really can work some wonders sometimes.
I kept getting it.
We even I used to be in the horse world, so I don't know what they actually call it, but we called it vet wrap. It's that stretchy stuff, and you can keep it off. I don't know what the real name of it. Every time I look at somebody that's not around horses or whatever. I'm like, yeah, vet wrap. And they're like, what?
Mm.
So he's been vet wrapped for like at nighttime because they're like, he wear a cone on his head, and the dog found a way to lick his paw with the cone on.
Yeah.
So
Have you tried Manuka honey? I've cured a whole leg of cellulitis just with Manuka honey.
I actually have some in my cabinet.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm a medical intuitive, but I'm just saying it kept coming to me and kept telling me I didn't want to interrupt, and I don't know you, but I was like, okay, there must be a reason, so I better say it.
Aw.
Well, they actually put Manuka honey in dressings, like in the hospital. There's bandages that actually have it in it.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very
well,
interesting.
even
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Walgreens sells a medical version. Yeah, Walgreens even sells a medical version of it as well, but you can use the jar version as long as you get a good pure brand.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I don't know, I had the silver, but the silver didn't seem to do as much as the Manuka honey or CBD oil did because I heal a lot of my animals naturally, and I'm just saying that's the best
Well,
luck I've
I
had.
grow my own aloe, so I've been trying to soak his paws in the aloe because they're so swollen. The underneath everything, it's just, and his little face got all crusty, or it sounds terrible. It's sorry to be gross, but